Hey, this is Fouch and friends. Thank you all so much for being with us. If you wouldn't mind, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment your favorite Greater Vision song, because I have Jon Epley of Greater Vision with me today. So glad you could be with me, man.
Man, it's good to be with you, Matt. Always enjoy it.
And I do too. I enjoy my conversations with you, seeing you at the concerts all across the country, and we've done numerous Jubilee Christmas tours together every Christmas until 2020. We've spent several days together. What has been the highlight of the few years of Jubilee Christmas tour that you've been privileged to be a part of?
Probably getting to hang out with you. That's probably my favorite part of it. Well, that is good, but man, I tell you what, seriously, on tours like that right there, the hanging out's my favorite part.
Yeah.
You know, we love to sing and we love to, but just getting to be with all of you guys and the people who come, we get to hang out at the table and talk to all of our friends from all over the country to come and see us. That's fun to me.
Yeah, we had a good time on that tour, and there's did a few videos on the YouTube channel where I talked with some of the guys about things that happened on the Jubilee, like funny things that happened on the road with the Jubilee Christmas tour, and it was great getting to share those stories. Do you have a favorite moment or a favorite funny story from the tour that you would like to share?
Yeah. One of my funniest times was whenever there was one song we did where Rodney, with the saxophone, Rodney would just, I'd be singing a song, and throughout the song, Rodney would randomly appear somewhere in the auditorium.
Yeah.
And sometimes he'd have to run up and down steps as fast as he could and come in some back door. And one night, I don't remember who was working the lighting on that tour, but one night the lighting guy forgot where he was going to be. So for Rodney's whole segment, he was in the balcony just in the complete darkness. And I could just see his silhouette up there, and at the end of his solo, I just saw his shoulder slump. Nobody ever saw him or knew where he was at, and he just turned around dejectedly and just walked back out the door.
I remember that.
I laughed so hard I couldn't sing, man. Poor guy worked so hard.
And sometimes when he would, like if he had to run up into a balcony or something, you would see him down on the main level, and the doors in the back would have windows in it. You'd see him just go flying by as he was running to get to the next spot.
I'm telling you, that was always a funny time. And we'd always sit there like, is he going to make it? And usually he always did.
Yeah.
And amazing.
I remember several times during when we would be doing rehearsal or sound check or after we got set up, I would see him just kind of walking around in the sanctuary or in the building, and I'd be like, man, what are you doing? And he'd have his phone out, and he would be timing it of how long, if he had enough time to get from point A to point B during that song.
He'd map it out.
He would.
That's funny, man. And then another one is whenever it's always lighting stuff that makes me laugh, but we had a malfunction with the lights, or the electricity actually. Remember that night? The electricity, all the lights were gone. We had no lights except one spotlight up in the balcony. And they were trying to figure out how to control it. I guess it had a joystick or something. And so we were going to do something, so we stood up and we're standing there, and the light was supposed to come down and hit us, and it came down and landed over there. So we're just like, there's the light.
How many was it? 8 of us standing up there on stage, center stage, and the light's like
over there off in the corner.
And so everybody's just looking over there at the light like something's supposed to be happening over here with the light while we're standing in the dark singing.
So there's a lot of good times, man. We had a lot of laughs.
Yeah, it was a great tour. I'm gonna miss it.
I know.
I am not going to miss being gone sometimes for 2 weeks at a time. For that, but I am gonna miss, like you said, the hanging out, the concerts, the fun we had, and seeing so many of our friends.
We did a reunion the other night, so maybe we'll do a few of those here and there. So.
You never know. That went really well.
It did. I enjoyed that.
The Booth brothers showed up for that, and Jim Brady was also there.
Yeah, he was there.
And of course, you guys and Legacy 5, and that was so much fun. What was your favorite? What was your favorite part of that? The Sing the Glory Down Jubilee Reunion.
Truthfully, watching everybody read the teleprompter. Because I think Christmas is what Jubilee Tour mostly was. So there was a few normal Jubilees, and that's what we did that night. It wasn't Christmas, it was the songs that nobody had done for like 5 years.
Yep.
And so there was a teleprompter. Everybody's trying to look at the screen or the cameras and still look at the teleprompter. It's like all night long,
That's
man. It was
right.
so funny.
Yeah, I guess it been 8 years of the Christmas tour or so.
Yeah.
And before that, all they had done was the regular gospel
Right.
Jubilee programs. Then they had done Christmas, and then it turned into a Christmas tour for about 8 years. And then just from time to time at random places, we would do the regular gospel music that we had done on Jubilee 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But that last Jubilee 3 was recorded in probably 2011.
Yeah, I had never done those songs.
Right. So,
Any of
so here we go. We all come together with a song list. Gerald sends everybody a song list, and I know that especially the new guys on our bus were like, "What are these songs?"
Yeah.
They had no idea Jubilee had anything but Christmas.
That's it.
So, man, we had so much fun for that. But I want to get to Jon Epley, and dude, what have you been doing? I know you guys have gotten to be some type of a decent schedule the last couple months at least.
Starting to pick up again.
Yeah, but what in the world has been going on in your life since March?
Well, it is funny. I think that somebody had mentioned earlier, we're recording this in Branson, Missouri. Mm-hmm. And so our last date was here. And we thought when we were leaving Branson in March, man, it was packed out.
Yeah.
You remember that? It was great.
Yeah.
And we thought, this will be a week or two. We may be off a week or two here. And 5 months later, we're still sitting at home. I mean, we were like, what in the world?
Yep.
But I look back on 2020, and I think all things work together for good to them that love the Lord. And I believe that in the end, even though it's been a stressful year in a lot of ways, for people financially, with their health and all that, I think it will end up being a great year still. Because so many things, just getting to be home for that time, it was like it pushed a reset button. And so now when we're back out here, it's like refreshing again.
Yeah.
Not that you really get in a rut, but it's like, it's just, and getting to be home with our families, we enjoyed it. Even through the stress of everything, we enjoyed getting to spend time with our families. I know you did, and your wife and kids. And me and my wife, we did a lot of hiking in the mountains, and we would just go drive around. One day, we drove 300 miles and never left our county.
Wow.
We just drove through the country. And it was just amazing. I was lost. But
And he would not ask for directions.
But that's why. After 300 miles, I was like, oh, that's our McDonald's. Okay. No.
That's good.
No, but for real, we just drove around, man. Our dog loves to go for rides, so he'd stick his head out the window and just looking at the mountains and the scenery. We just enjoyed being together, having a good time. But then now that things are picking up again, excited to be getting back out and seeing everybody again and getting to sing.
Speaking of your dog,
Yeah.
I know you post a lot of time on social, pictures with the dog and everything. For those folks that are out there that are not dog people, talk about how much fun you and your wife have with your dog.
Oh, we have a great time. And to be honest, whenever I met my wife, I had a couple dogs growing up, but they were never inside dogs.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, we will never have a dog in the house. And should have never said that.
A week after that, we had a dog.
We've had one ever since. But man, it's just something about them. The Lord has not blessed my wife and I with children, at this point. And so it's like the dogs, they're just our entertainment, They're like our furry kids. But they're just so much fun. We take him for walks, and he loves to go out and run in the mountain trails and stuff. And there's something about, for those of you who've never had a dog, or you really couldn't understand it because I couldn't grasp it before, but there's something about the loyalty of a dog.
Yeah.
They don't ever talk back to you.
Yeah.
They don't ever, they're happy to see you no matter what. And so, I don't know, there's just, they just work their way into your heart, and you just love them, So we have a big time with him. He's our buddy.
What's his name?
Chance.
So we have a golden doodle. I think, is it yours a golden doodle?
Yeah, golden doodle.
So we have one, it's a female, her name is Emmy.
Emmy.
And I said the same thing to my wife, pretty much when we got married. I was the same way, all outdoor dogs growing up. And I was like, I am not having a dog in the house. If we get a dog, we'll get a big dog, be an outside dog, whatever. And the first dog we got was a little 6-pound Maltese poodle mix. And he's like 10 years old now, so we've had him for a while, for about 10 years, I guess. And then we got Emmy a year ago, and outside of the puppy stuff, these are both indoor dogs. So we have now an 8-pound and a 50-pound indoor dog, right? 2 dogs, and outside of the puppy stuff that can kind of be annoying, she is so loving. She's so playful. She's so fun.
They are, man. A lot of personality.
Yeah, for sure. And it is fun just to sit back and see them, just play with them, toss them the ball, wrestle with them. They have a lot of fun.
It's a de-stressor.
Yeah.
Dogs are really a de-stressor, Now, our dog's never chewed anything up in the house. That may be a stressor.
Yeah.
But since he doesn't do that, he's a de-stressor. But no, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Man, you've sang with several different groups. And have had a pretty good run. How many years have you been singing now?
10 years ago, December 30th, 2020 will be 10 years since I stepped on stage with the Inspirations, my first full-time gospel group.
Yeah.
And so it'll be 10 years here in December.
Now, growing up, kid in church or a teenager, did you ever think that you would be out here traveling with gospel music groups on the road like this?
I never did. I always loved traveling. My family traveled most of my life growing up. We traveled and sang in churches and revivals, camp meetings, And then when I was a teenager, we went full time. My dad left the church where he was working, and we went full time on the road. And so, I would leave, go to college for a year, and then man, I miss traveling. So I'd go leave college and go back on the road, and I'd be like, man, I hate traveling. So I'd go to college again for another year, and I'd be like, man, I miss traveling. So seriously, I did that 3 times. I went to 3 different colleges.
Wow.
And
still no degrees?
I don't want to talk about it. But, no, still no degree. But anyway, I should have one thought. I learned a lot,
Yeah.
But, so I don't regret any of it. I've got friends all over the country from college. And so so it was great, but traveling has just always been in my blood. When my wife and I got married, I said, hey, guess what? You're going on the road with me. And which she loved it too. So for 2 years we traveled full time, to churches and stuff. And so, man, I've just always enjoyed it. And so, even now, my wife, anytime she gets the chance to go with me on a cruise or go somewhere with me, we still love to travel together, So it gets in your blood, and then you can't get away from it.
What's been your favorite song over the 10 years with 3, 4, 5 different groups you've been with? Man, what's been your favorite song that you've gotten to sing during that time?
Wow, that's a tough one, man, because there's just so many great songs that I've got to be a part of.
And you sing with a couple of great songwriters too. So
yeah,
obviously when you come to Greater Vision, a lot of #1 songs, a lot of great songs from the songwriters. The Inspirations have got a lot of popular songs from over the years they've been singing. So
I would say probably if I had to pick,
the Ball Brothers had a couple of huge songs that have been out there
absolutely,
too.
yeah. It's About the Cross, man. That was an awesome song to sing every night. So I would probably say, now this might be weird. This is not a song that I'm featured on. I just sing baritone on the choruses and stuff. But I think my favorite song to sing is "He'll Carry Me," Rodney Griffin's song. "He'll Carry Me." Yeah. It's just, I don't know. There's something about that song. If you've never heard it, you need to look it up. But it tells the story, of Joseph who took the body of Jesus down. And then when it comes to that chorus, the way it builds and the power of it, man, it gets me emotional every time. It's just a great song. So I just love singing that song.
Yeah, I think for me, Definitely right now is What Kind of Man
Oh,
that we do.
what a song. That is an awesome song.
And I'm the same way. It's like, it builds. And
Yeah.
every time I sit there and I listen to Brian sing, I'm like, been there.
Yeah.
And then I listen to Scott sing, I'm like, been there. And then I listen to Lee sing, and I'm like, been there. And then to bring it all together at the end, and I step forward and say, I've been all three, and I'm like, I have been all three of those in my life at one point or another. But this man, and just oh my gosh, my goodness, just getting to sing that song every night.
That is such.
I get emotional.
Oh yeah,
Just
absolutely.
about every time we do it.
I get emotional every time you step out and say, all three.
I've been.
All three.
Listen to that.
Man, I'm trying to be my Matt Fouch impersonation.
Okay, let's do a little Matt Fouch impersonation. Let me see what. He's got to clear the throat.
I can't sing low enough, man. You're too low for me. I'm serious.
Man, we've had a lot of fun over the last several years been with Greater Vision because we've sang a lot more together. It's been a pleasure getting to know you better.
It's been awesome, man.
And I want you to take just a moment and share from your heart your appreciation for the folks that have become your friends, that have supported you coming to Greater Vision and have sent you letters and told you night after night, you're fitting in so good and stuff like that. I'm sure it feels good.
It does. And you know, coming into Greater Vision like I did, it was so unknown. I was like, literally, the first night I was like, man, I'm not gonna get eggs thrown at me or rotten tomatoes or something, you know. But from the first minute, people were just so kind to me, and they have been so Greater Vision fans. It's not really Greater Vision; it's just gospel music fans. You know, have just been so welcoming, and I appreciate that so much. They've been very, very kind to me, and I love being here. Love getting to sing with those guys. Love getting to hang out with you and everybody, and so it's just a great time. Almost 4 years now. It'll be 4 years in April that I've been here, and it's been awesome.
Flying by.
It's been awesome. But thank you all so much to everyone who has been so kind and encouragement to me. You mean a lot. I don't like the word fans. That's a word that we throw around a lot. I've never used that word, and I probably never will, because to me it's friends and family. Everybody out there, you're my friend, you're my family, and that's how I feel about you.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys. And thank you for watching Fouch and Friends. Jon Epley, you can catch him online, and tell them where they can catch your socials, where they can see more from you.
Yeah, on Facebook, Jon Epley, Twitter, Jon Epley. I don't do much on Twitter. I need to start getting better about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm on Instagram, Jonathan Epley.
Okay.
On there, I thought I'd use my full name.
We went old school.
Jonathan Epley. Only my mom and grandma call me that. So it still strikes fear in my heart. Usually I'm in trouble. But anyway.
Same thing for me with Matthew.
Yeah. When you hear that full name, you're like, oh, what did I do now?
What have I done?
So yeah, come check us out. I do a lot of stuff with my wife Tiffany on there, hiking and everything, and our dog. You can see our dog on there, Chance. So yeah.
And he's done some music on there where he sang every part in the whole quartet and put a video out there. And you and your wife have sang some videos together.
Yeah.
So great follow. Go check him out. And thank you for being a part of Fouch and Friends. And like he said, thank you for being our friends and our family. And I'll keep doing these interviews and inviting folks to join me and just sitting down and talking if you guys will keep watching, because I know you love getting to stay connected with some of your favorite artists.
And thank you for doing Matt Fouch and Friends, because it keeps these people connected with us, and it gives them something to do. And so thank you. I know it's a lot of work and a lot of your time, but man, we appreciate it. I got a crisp dollar bill for you after this is over.
As long as it's crisp, I'll take it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.